So next up,
Yeah.
let's talk about these new peptides. So a couple of the key ones I wanted to talk about today is SS31, Mot-C, SLU-PP-32, and Retatrutide. So I think those are the ones I hear about the most.
Yeah. SS31, basically all it is, I mean, according to my research and my knowledge, all it does is just protects the cell, the mitochondria, the structure of the mitochondria. So it helps with, obviously regenerating the oxygen, helps activate the ATP cells more. It's an anti-inflammatory.
Yeah.
So and all of that can provide energy as well, So I think it's just kind of like a push. I think most of these are kind of like that, kind of like Mot-C, the same thing. It's just like,
I heard people typically run SS31 before running Mot-C or SLU, because the SS31 repairs your mitochondria,
yeah,
and then the other ones upregulate it.
yep,
So that's kind of how I've heard it being used, for a short, maybe 3-4 weeks at a time. And that one's pretty pricey too.
yeah,
If you're running it at the dose that is recommended, which I hear somewhere between 3 to 5 milligrams a day, and that over 3-4 weeks.
yeah.
That's
That's
pricey.
it's breaking the bank. So I think the more popular ones that we're seeing right now is the Mot-C, the SLU-PP,
SLU.
yeah, and whatchamacallit,
Reta.
Retatrutide. Yeah, it's so popular lately. Do you know why they call it SLU-PP-32?
No. Why?
The actual peptide research has been done in St. Louis University. So SLU. Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah. That's the
Um,
reason why they call it SLU-PP, which I thought was interesting because I'm not too far from St. Louis.
so which of these have you tried? Any of them personally?
I've tried Mot-C before, just because it was so popular at the time during my prep to see if it can help get me out of brain fog during the final
Yeah.
push phase. And I did try it. It was inconsistent, nor did I keep up with the dose. It just was available, and I gave it a go, and I did it at night, and it kept me up all night. So if you're ever trying to get Mot-C in your system, make sure you're doing it in the morning.
Yeah. So I believe Mot-C and SLU are both they both increase mitochondria biogenesis. However, the mechanisms are a bit different. So first, the administration Mot-C is an injectable, where you did sub-Q, right?
Yep.
And then whereas SLU is oral, so you can just take a pill. So Mot-C kind of works on the AMP pathway, and it helps to increase glucose uptake and fat burning and mitochondrial biogenesis. And SLU does that as well, but it's classified as an exercise mimetic. So basically it's helping you to burn more calories at rest. And that one it's I think an estrogen related receptor is where that's what it activates. And that's how it has its effects. But that one, there's zero human data. It's all animal, I believe. I think maybe there's a little bit of human data, but a lot of it is animal studies. And but in the rats, it was shown to greatly reduce fat, increase calories burned at rest, and improve insulin sensitivity, and heal, the metabolic syndrome. And that's
Do you
kind of
have
what it's
any
been looked at for.
experience with Mot-C or SLU-PP?
Yeah, so SLU-PP, I'm taking it right now. So I took it right after the show, after USA's, and I took a break for a couple weeks, and I just started again recently. And I do feel that brain fog go away, and that is why I really like it. Is when I take it, it's just my brain is just it's you can feel it when it kicks in, and it's your brain is clear. for at least a few hours, and then
Oh, really?
yeah, like it's like pretty noticeable. So I've really enjoyed that part of it. Um, the small like effect of it that I've noticed is like maybe when you the first few days when you start taking it, you get like really hot after like an hour or an hour and a half. Um, so your body just feels like hotter. Um, but then
Maybe
that usually
that's why
goes
it
away.
has fat burning properties because
Yeah.
it's running hot, kind of like.
Yeah, and then I notice when I take it on like my higher carb days, like I feel like the carbs are like more I just feel like I metabolize them better. Like I just look like fuller. Like I feel like my body's just like processing them better. So I like taking it on my high carb days too. I guess which because
Okay.
it increases insulin sensitivity, so maybe it just helps you kind of uptake those carbs a little bit better. And in the studies, it actually showed that like even in a pretty significant calorie surplus, like the rats did not put on body fat. Um, so that's like a pretty interesting thing. So like if you were to take it in the off season, then maybe it could prevent some body fat gain even if you're in a surplus. But yeah, I think obviously there's like not much research done on this at all, so we don't really know how effective it is. But from my personal usage, I really like the cognitive clarity that it brings, and anecdotally, I feel like it helps with fat burning too. But I'm not 100% convinced on that end.
Would you use it on your client during prep?
Not, I wouldn't depend on it. Like maybe it's something that we would put in there, especially if it helps with like if they get that same mental clarity effect from it. Um, then I think that's something that could be put in there. But it's not like I would replace one of the fat burners that we know to work with SLU.
Yeah, it's the same thing. I don't think I have enough data or results for me to go, oh, okay, let me be the one that tries it out and kind of deal. And what if it has a
Yeah.
negative effect? And there goes prep. So that's my only concern. I don't think there's enough human data out there for me to
Hmm.
just try it out for prep. But
Or like
let's talk
someone like,
about.
yeah, like I want to hear a coach that just like does not have their people use Clen or growth and just like only take SLU and see what happens, and if they can.
Or both, or have all of them in the mix and see
But then
if
you
it
wouldn't
made a
know, right?
difference.
Is it
Yeah,
SLU or is it
yeah.
anything else? So it'd be
But it'll be like a second time prep to where they know what the clen
yeah,
and the GH is doing to the body and what it does. What if it made them look better this time around?
yeah.
Was it the Mot-C or the SLU? I don't know. If it give a benefit to people, because I know what I feel like 4 weeks out or 2 weeks
Yeah.
out, whatever the case may be. It's like, oh, it wasn't so bad this time around. Well, maybe it did make a difference, kind of deal. But I don't know why more
But
run the data.
the biggest one I think that is very applicable to everybody almost on prep is gonna be Retatrutide.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to go too much into what it does to your body because there's been thousands and thousands of videos already made on what Reta does
Yeah,
compared to your GLP or triceptide or whatever the case may be.
yeah. I guess very quick summary. It works in three different ways. So obviously the GLP-1 is the same throughout all of them, which is the appetite suppressant, the slow gastric emptying. So because that's slow gastric emptying, it keeps you full for longer. And then it has the GIP receptor um, activation, so that like enhances the insulin secretion, so it improves like insulin sensitivity and fat metabolism. And then
Mm-hmm.
has the glucagon agonism, so that increases your energy expenditure, so you're burning more calories at rest. So that will obviously increase your lipolysis as well, and fat oxidization.
And it's
Um,
great for blood pressure, man. Just
yeah,
regulating your blood pressure as
and
well.
anecdotally, very good for lipids too.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've heard a lot of people say they took it and it decreases their LDL pretty significantly.
That's good.
And A1C. So this one, do you have any experience with it, or do you use any on any clients?
Yeah, so I don't have personal experience with it, but I use it for clients. Actually, I use it for a couple of athletes outside of bodybuilding. And matter of fact, I do have a couple of stories for you. So I did try it by microdosing it, and then by microdosing it, it did work slowly on the the digestion and stuff like that. But
Hmm.
the glucagon receptor activation doesn't really happen when you microdose because it's only a little bit going in. And then I read somewhere that try it once a week kind of deal. And I
Hmm.
tried that as well. And that seemed to be working better actually for my client, doing
Okay.
it once a week for him. And he said it was like a miracle for him. Like he's a snack craver. That's his problem. Late night snack craver. He's like, nope, I'm good to go. He doesn't even crave anything. He just knows to eat his protein based meals, and that's all he sticks with. And he's good to go kind of deal. So I've had real success with it with my clients. But again, I don't have extensive research. It's fairly new. Like we're learning about GLP-1. There's a lot of side effects to that and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
so far, this one's giving me great results with my clients.
Yeah, I think so. I also started taking Reta post show after USA's because I really wanted to make sure I nailed my reverse and didn't start binging and gaining too much weight. So I think I think doing once weekly higher dose injections will do a lot more for appetite suppression because it's like a bigger dose at once. Whereas the microdosing I think would be ideal. And by microdosing, I don't think you need to do it like every day, but let's say you did like 3 times a week instead of once a week. I think that'd be better for. I think you'd get less slow gastric emptying, like you wouldn't feel that effect as much, um, and you wouldn't feel the appetite suppression as much. So I think that could be a good way to do it in like your off season. If you're just using it to like control your blood sugar and your A1Cs, and not really using it for the appetite suppression. Because I did notice that like I took it I would take it twice a week when I first started. And so the dose is each shot had a little bit more volume, and my appetite was like absolutely destroyed. Um,
Wow.
yeah, but like I couldn't, like I just felt like nauseous all day when I took it, and I started at a
Like
very
for
low
it
dose.
was it hard to even if you wanted to force feed, was that hard?
That first day, yeah, so like I started taking it at 1 milligram a week, which is very low. So it was like zero point 0.5 twice a week. So that felt fine. And then the next week I upped it to like zero point 0.6, and the next week I upped it to zero point 0.7. So when I did my first shot of zero point 0.7, I didn't eat the rest of the day. And like it
Wow.
was like very significant um, appetite suppression. So then I was like back to back down to zero point 0.5, because obviously I don't need to be feeling like that right now. But yeah, it's powerful. It works for appetite suppression for sure.
How long do you think it stays on the system from your experience?
I feel by day 4, 5 ish, you can your my appetite starts coming back full force. Um, and I'm taking now just 1 milligram a week, so just zero point 0.5 twice a week. Um, so basically, yeah, maybe on day 4, day 5, like if I'm traveling or something, I don't bring it. Um, I can start feeling the effects go away, the appetite suppression. But like with zero point 0.5 twice a week, like my appetite feels good. Like I'm able to eat all my meals, even off season, which I'm eating 200-300 grams of rice a meal, and that goes down no problem. But I don't really crave stuff much. And when I do have a cheat meal, it's like I eat usually like half a plate or like a plate or something, and I'm good. Like I don't go crazy at all. So I think it really helps with just like the cravings a lot for sure, even at a lower dose. But like the slow gastric, like the slow gastric emptying, I also feel like that is easier to manage if you're taking a lower
Okay.
dose more times a week. If you do like a bigger dose
Yeah.
at once, I feel like I felt it a lot more, where your digestion like really slows down for a few days,
Yeah, because that's one of the bigger downside with GLP and all of that.
especially for the
And
off season. Yeah,
well, you're eating a big meal every 2 hours,
yeah,
and even if you're on prep, I wouldn't want that happening to my gut, and then not having gut control or whatever the case may be, or bloated gut, and I just did not like that property.
yeah.
So
That's the only one that you have to really watch out for. And then also knowing like when to pull it in prep, I think is a little. I don't know when the best time would be. Maybe 2 weeks out or something.
I
Is I
think
would
it all
imagine.
depends on the body, and then just kind of also making sure that you have that data, just knowing like, hey, if I'm on this, my body says I need to pull a week out, 2 week out, 3 week out, whatever the case may be,
Mm,
you know, because it responds different to different body, I feel like. But I've
yeah.
been hearing nothing but good news and good results from people.
I will
So I'm
say
excited to.
I got blood work done about 6 weeks after starting, and my LDL is the lowest it's ever been in my life.
That's
Or since
good.
starting bodybuilding.
Yeah,
um,
yeah, yeah.
so like it was lower than it's ever been, and my A1C was like perfect. Um, so just for those effects alone, if you can avoid the GLP, like the slow gastric emptying and the appetite suppression, I think it might be worth looking at in the off season too.